Hi there, and this is Paul here from the YouTube channel, Facebook group and social media platform for all PAYE workers and their employers to ask and get answers to their payroll, income tax, and PAYE and work-related questions. The Facebook page and Facebook group are called Payroll Matters in Ireland, and new members, followers and subscribers are always welcome. Today I want to talk to you about how to claim the incapacitated child tax credit of €3,500 for 2024. Section 465, paragraph 1 of the Taxes Consolidation Act 1997 provides for a tax credit in the case of a child who meets the following conditions. A. Is under the age of 18 and is permanently incapacitated by reason of mental or physical infirmity. Or B. If over the age of 18 years at the start of the year is permanently incapacitated by reason of mental or physical infirmity from maintaining himself or herself, and had become so permanently incapacitated before he or she had attained the age of 21 years, or had become so permanently incapacitated after attaining the age of 21 years, but while he or she had been in receipt of full-time instruction at any university, college, school, or other educational establishment. Please note that full-time instruction includes undergoing training for a trade or profession for a period of not less than 2 years. The tax credit can also be claimed where a claimant has custody of an incapacitated child and maintains that child at his or her own expense. For example, a stepchild, an adopted child, a foster child. Where more than one child is permanently incapacitated, a tax credit may be claimed in respect of each child who satisfies the conditions as set out in Sections 465 of the Taxes Consolidation Act 1997. This table represents an overview of the tax credit for 2021 to 2024. Please note that there was no change for the years 2021, 2022 and 2023. Section 2. Who can claim the incapacitated child tax credit? Where the child is maintained by one person only, that person is entitled to claim the full amount of the tax credit. However, where the child is maintained by one or more than one person, the tax credit is divided between them in proportion to the amount expended by each person towards the maintenance of the child. When determining the amount of payment made by a person towards the maintenance of a child, any amount that the person is entitled to deduct in computing their total income for tax purposes is ignored. A claimant may claim either this tax credit or the dependent relative tax credit, Section 466 of the Taxes Consolidation Act, but not both tax credits in respect of the same child. The dependent relative tax credit may be claimed where the incapacitated child lives with the claimant and, due to old age or infirmity, the claimant relies on the services of the incapacitated child. This dependent relative tax credit has recently been amended and updated, and we will be doing a separate video on this shortly, so hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out. 3. Conditions for the incapacitated child tax credit. Section 465 of the Taxes Consolidation Act 1997 specifies that a child under the age of 18 years shall be regarded as permanently incapacitated by reason of mental or physical infirmity only if the infirmity is such that there would be a reasonable expectation that if the child were over the age of 18, the child would be incapacitated from maintaining himself or herself. A child who is aged 18 years or over must be unable to maintain himself or herself because of continuing mental or physical infirmity. Note, maintaining for the purposes of this tax credit means an ability to support oneself by earning an income from working. It is necessary also to consider the extent to which the child has the capacity for independent living based on his or her health, condition or disability, or will have the capacity for independent living when over the age of 18 years. A doctor's certificate or similar medical report should be submitted with all initial claims containing the following information. 1. The date the incapacity first arose. 2. the degree and extent of the incapacity. 3. In the case of a child under the age of 18 years, whether the child may be regarded as permanently incapacitated by reason of mental or physical infirmity. That is, the infirmity is such that if the child were over the age of 18 years, there would be a reasonable expectation that the child would be incapacitated from maintaining himself or herself. And in the case of a child over 18 years, at the commencement of the year, whether the child is permanently incapacitated by reason of mental or physical infirmity from maintaining himself or herself on an ongoing basis. Factors which should be taken into account by a medical practitioner in deciding whether or not a child has a capacity to maintain himself or herself include the severity of the mental or physical condition, the extent to which the child has the capacity for independent living. In the case of a child under the age of 18, 1. The likelihood that the condition could, by the age of 18, be improved or ameliorated by any treatment, device, medication or therapy. 2. The extent to which the child by the age of 18 would have the ability or potential to support himself or herself by earning an income from working. 3. The extent to which by the age of 18 the child would have the capacity for independent living. Section 4. How to claim the tax credit. PAYE customers can make a claim in the current tax year using PAYE services in My Account as follows. Sign in to My Account. Click on Manage Your Tax 2024. Select Add New Credits. Select You and Your Family and Incapacitated Child Tax Credit. Complete the required fields and upload the form ICC2, the claim form certified by the child's medical practitioner. An individual can also make a claim for previous years by completing an income tax return. Using My Account to complete an income tax return for the years 2020 to 2023, the following steps should be followed. Sign into My Account. Click on Review Your Tax 2020 to 2023. Request a statement of liability. If you have not already done so, click on Complete Your Income Tax Return. In the Tax Credits and Reliefs page, select You and Your Family and Incapacitated Child Tax Credit and add it as a credit. Complete and submit the form ICC2 should be uploaded when making a claim, as this may be required to approve the claim. As a claim may be selected for future examination, all supporting documentation relating to a claim should be retained for a period of 6 years from the end of the tax year to which the claim relates. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you for watching.